Welcome to Community Real Estate Roots, Agents Building Relationships, where we explore the heart of real estate through meaningful connections. Join Alicia, DEIDRE, and Lisa as they guide you through stories behind every sold sign and dive into how agents nurture communities, one home and one relationship at a time.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Alicia and I'm here with
Lisa
and DEIDRE.
And today we're going to hit on new construction. New construction honestly is my jam. I love some new construction. So we thought we would just chat about it. Do you want to start it off or do you want me to?
I want you to. No, I do like new construction. I used to be kind of scared of it because there's so many unknowns. And before I was a realtor, and I just, I was like, no, they're just going to try to, scam you. And that's just my mentality of what it was. You don't know what you're getting. But yeah, I don't feel that way anymore.
But that was as a consumer mindset,
that
right?
That was as a consumer mindset before I was a realtor. Now, I get it.
Which I still think there's probably some consumer insights today a little different than what you were thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, just coming in off the street, people think that new construction is going to be perfect because it's new. Well, that's what everyone has to realize. It's not going to be perfect. There's can be all kinds of things wrong, unfortunately. But you know what? You have a warranty, so.
Yeah, but I also didn't realize going to new construction how you should still have an agent representation.
That is true.
I thought you went into a new construction, you dealt with their people, and that was it.
No,
that's why I was so scared.
You are wrong. So,
but most people think that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, even today, So
the thing is that agent on site that you're going to see, they represent the builder. Mm-hmm. So you need someone to represent you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so true.
But
yeah,
because that agent's there on the builder's side. They're looking out for the builder, what the builder's best interest is. And
a lot of these new constructions, they pay for your agent's commission. They offer that. So, you're basically getting representation, and you know that they're going to get paid. I know a lot of people are like, well, why would I pay? But you need to. You need to have somebody representing you.
Well, and just, most people think that the agent for the builder, that they'll just get paid extra, so that's why they'll work for them. Well, they don't.
That's not true.
That's not true. They don't get. They don't.
They don't get a bonus.
They don't get a bonus. They don't go anything. It's whatever their agreement.
Back into the builder's pocket.
Yeah, it does. So, representation is.
We can screen
big.
that representation.
Right.
Till we're
and if you guys don't learn anything else, and we repeat over and over again, is representation.
Represent. 5 minutes later,
representation. But let me tell you what my clients are doing. I have had some awesome things going on because builders are needing to get rid of their houses, and they're offering much lower interest rates than what's out there right now. Mm-hmm. But the builders are paying that rate down, and that's usually when they use the preferred lender. Mm. Have y'all ever used the preferred lender during new construction?
Well, yeah, D.R. Horton, you should definitely use they have their own in-house DHI, and the incentives that you get from it. You would be crazy not to. Mm-hmm. Our in-house lender was ERA King. He would tell you in a heartbeat that he can't touch what they're going to offer, what they're doing, and what they can't offer. Plus, they know everything that needs to go through the process. So the transactions do go much smoother when you do use the preferred lenders.
And that's how mine have been. All of mine have used the preferred lender, I think, except for one. It was a little iffy, but it obviously got to the closing table. But with mine, one of mine was with Adams, and their preferred lender paid 100% of the closing costs. So my client had no closing costs as long as they use that preferred lender.
That's great.
That's huge because that's, $5,000 to $8,000 that they're not having to bring to the table.
Well, D.R. Horton just had a special. I took a buyer out last weekend. Actually, I took her sister. She's relocating here from Michigan. So we did some properties that day, did some videos and sent them to her, and ended up I just took her sister to new construction, and I said, would she be willing to have a brand new house that's in a similar price point than the ones that we're looking at that's existing? And she said, I don't know. I said, okay, we're just going to go on a field trip. And I took them out to the site. It's Brookside Square out in Morris. And cute little house. It was perfect for her. All that kind of stuff. And the things that were being offered, first of all, the interest rate was below 6 in a couple of different ways, and you could have actually bought that down to get it to like the 4.99 interest rate.
Wow.
But the wow part was they were giving you $15,000 in concessions to spend however you want. You could spend it to your closing cost. You could get a refrigerator. You could put blinds in. You could put gutters up. You could just pick whatever's important to you and spend that $15,000. I mean,
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
well, no, I mean, when we did it,
sure.
when we balanced it out, it gave her a refrigerator, gave her blinds, it put gutters up on that, and it covered all of her closing costs.
Was
Wow.
that an already built home or in the process of building, out of curiosity?
No, it was already existing.
Nice.
That have been built, and that's the thing about the Adams Homes of the world and the D.R. Hortons. They have spec housing, so they know when they buy the dirt. I call it buying the dirt in an area to build. They already know, based on the valuation of that dirt, what houses they can build. That's why you have specific models that you can purchase. That's also why you can customize it somewhat, right? But what helps keep the cost down is they purchase this material based on what they know how many of these houses that they're going to build. And they don't put super, super high-end stuff in them anymore because the consumer needs a reasonable price point. And that's what if you want the other stuff, go to a custom
Right.
Go to a custom builder.
Yeah, if you need the bells and
Find your own
whistles,
dirt.
yeah.
Where do you want it? And go get a custom builder, which we could always help you with that. My transaction that Alicia and I just closed on this week, it happened to be my daughter's house. And the reason first of all, they're downsizing because their son graduated and he went off to school. But their goal was to always have some land and build their dream house. And that's their house that they say they're going to be in forever. And they did. They found a great 26 acres of land. The day before we closed, they got a copy of their first round of their plans.
Nice.
From,
Wow, how exciting.
From the builder. So they left there to go to their dream house. But this is their 1, 2, 3. To get to their dream house, this is number 4.
Yeah. And people have to understand, you may get one of these houses that don't have all the bells and whistles. It's not your forever home.
It's not your forever home.
This is your home for now.
Right.
This is this step, so you can get to the next step. It's, nobody walks out and gets their dream home. Knock on wood. I don't know if I should be knocking on wood. But, first try.
Well, I mean, unless you happen to be blessed enough or you won the lottery ticket.
I wish I
last week, and
Or you're one of those that sit around and
could do
save your
that.
money for a long time.
But it went really well, and the things that that was offering us was crazy, and the lots in these were really good lots.
So your client did get that house?
Well, she when she sells her house, she's on like 60 acres up in Michigan. So obviously she's downsizing. And she wants to pay cash for it. She doesn't want, but she's a veteran, so she was also in a situation that we talked about. Well, she may just mortgage it because you can pay a VA loan off without penalty. So we were trying that way, and then that kind of made her nervous and said, I really feel better just waiting on my house to sell and know that I'm not going to have a mortgage payment for months down the road, because that's smart. It's a smart decision to make. But the point is that there's options sometimes that you're able to do, and that's again why you need representation to be able to talk through what some of those options are, because she didn't really think that there were any options for her to do.
Well, I have a client that's basically in the same boat. They're moving from Chicago, and I have met with them 3 times now, I think, and she finally decided on new construction in Alabaster, but she's got to sell her house in Chicago. But one of the stipulations, though, is the subdivision she wants to be in, they don't accept contingency to sell. So we're trying to get her house, which it's another agent's obviously listing it, trying to get it up and get it sold. So hopefully she can get the house she wants here in Alabaster.
But again, we're going to go back to representation. The representation that you're offering, that you're giving her, that's an important relationship for you to have with her agent in Chicago, because the two of you need to make this mesh together, because if it doesn't happen up there, she can't do anything down here.
And that's what we're working on. The agent is actually supposed to go out today, and I'm hoping to get a call about it, because honestly, I'd like to present the certain builder with, hey, this market is actually pretty hot. It's hotter than Birmingham's. Will they take the contingency? But I don't know if they will.
Well, and if it's written in stone for them, you never know. It's up to the builder can make that decision.
The worst they can say is no.
There's
no worse off than you are now.
Exactly.
There's some that they'll take the contingency as soon as the house is listed.
True.
The house has to be listed and going to in pending stage.
Under contract.
If it's under contract, then they'll take that contingency and write it. But again, all that's negotiable.
Well, and the reason they're moving down, to kind of change the subject, is they want to be closer to family, but the house that they're getting is brand new. It's low maintenance, so they don't have to do anything. The yard is small, so the husband doesn't have to maintain too much, and they're happy. And they're older, so they don't have to do anything. And that's one of the perks of
that. Will probably be their downsized regular home.
That's what she said.
Probably not going to move. They're probably not going to move again, so they need to make sure, and they're happy with that, right? Because that is their destination for that. It's weird that you said, I was talking to Terry in the office yesterday, and she has 2 separate buyers that are looking at a couple of her listings, and they're both from out of states. So they're coming into the area for work. So like the past week, I've heard more about people coming in for work and looking for that part. And that's why the housing market in our area is still really good. It's there. So we're not I call it the negative Nancy of news for the, the industry. because
If people would just turn off the news.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'll watch local news just to see if we're going to be sucked in with rain for another 20 days.
I watch the weather.
You know.
That's basically it.
Well, I mean, people don't realize you're still getting multiple offers on properties. They're not staying on the market that often or that long. I had the one that I closed on last week. It was on the market for 2 days, and it was a multiple offer. And then we put ours in, and they accepted it.
So, what are those things what's the difference? What are those things that makes that house sell in 2 days? Like, and really the only reason we were under contract on the one that we just closed on for 3 days is because we got through the weekend. It went active on Friday. We weren't going to make a decision till Sunday night. That was the
And we had
reason
the
it
open
was
house,
3
too.
days. Right.
Give the open house a chance.
You know, but we did have two. We did have two offers on it.
Did I know that? Did I know that?
You probably didn't ask me.
I think I asked you. Did I? We did know that.
I may not have had one at the time you asked me.
Maybe not. Huh. Didn't know that.
See, she worked for the buyer. I worked for the seller.
I think I knew that.
For that, but you had the best one. But back to the timeline, if it, so what makes a house contract fast?
Being pre-approved, having the buyer having their
The
paperwork
buyer
ready.
having that ready, but from the seller, what makes the house get multiple offers?
It's show ready. Like, I mean, it's nice. It's well maintained.
It's show
has
ready.
Great curb appeal.
Yep.
It's priced.
Priced right.
Yeah.
Location.
All those things. And yeah, the location's definitely one of them.
Well,
I think.
3 things sell a house.
Hit us, Lisa. We already said?
We just said all
Price,
3 of them.
curb appeal, and being ready.
Price, condition, location.
Yeah.
So 2 out of the 3 you can control. The third one you can't control location, but you should be taking your buyers to the area that they want to live in.
Yeah.
Not, they can't say no to something if they ask for that area. So yeah, if the property's priced right and the condition is great, then it's going to sell.
Yep.
And I'll say the one with, you and I was 3, and then the one I closed last week was 2 days. So, I mean, it's still out there, and that's what the news says it's a bad market, but it's not.
No, it's not. Again, real estate is driven off of an area, not 50 states.
This is true.
And what are the cities that you hear the big news talk about? It's L.A., it's New York, it's Chicago, it's D.C., it's
Miami.
Yeah,
All the bigger cities.
That's got nothing to do with Birmingham,
Right.
Yeah.
Alabama, and it especially doesn't have anything to do with Clear, Alabama.
Nope.
Yeah. Lord, no.
So that's also one. We'll circle back to representation. That's why you need to talk to an agent even if you're thinking about listing. I don't care if it's next April because you have a kid graduating from school. You need to meet with someone now, look at a calendar, and put a game plan together, because I've had so many people say, well, I'm not going to do anything to June 1st after school is out. And I'll go, okay.
Don't get me started on that.
I'm like, okay, so what do you want happen June 1st? Well, we want to find the other house and we want to be moved. And I'm like, okay, so I like to do a calendar backwards and say, okay, so you're telling me you want to be in your new location by June 15th and we need to sell your house. So we need to look at when your house needs to go on the market. It's going to go under contract, and we've got to find yours. That has to be under contract. And it could take 4 to 6 weeks. So you need to be under contract by the first part of May.
And they don't realize that. They think it's just like that.
No, because,
They don't realize all the inspections and all the things take time.
well, and they don't get educated on, I always talk about us doing math backwards and doing dates backwards.
I've got one right now that's, I laid out the timeline. I have done everything. And just because of everything that they have going on, unable to get the house on the market until later this summer. And I think if it would have went on in June, like we had originally discussed.
Well, that's the gamble you're taking.
Exactly.
Once school gets in, you've lost the group
people that are looking for
that
that
are
school system.
looking because of a school system. They're not going to do anything now until the next year.
Yep.
If they weren't able to do it. Now, relocation, it doesn't matter if they
Yeah, relocations.
they get the
always
green flag
happening.
for the company and say, okay, I need you in Birmingham by October 1st. You know, their kids are moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the mom stays behind until the end of a semester and, you know, they come in January. I've had that happen before, but the industry is going to survive because you have life. Yeah. Life is going to dictate what's going to happen in anything that we do.
Oh, yeah, because it's anything. It's childbirth. It's life in general.
Change
Divorce.
and
it's
movement.
yeah.
Everything, nothing stays the same. It's evolution of your job, of everything. You climb up the ladder, you come down the ladder. You need a bigger house, well, then you need a smaller house. I mean, it's just life.
Yep, for sure. Yeah. Well, I think we had another great conversation around agency today.
Yep. You need it.
You need it. If you have any questions on it, call any of us. We can help you with that. But for now, I think we've wrapped up agency again.
Yeah.
Again.
So
we will see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform or subscribe to our YouTube channel, Your Neighbor, Your Agents. To contact Alicia, Deidre, or Lisa, please visit www.yourneighboryouragents.com.